Fort Monroe, Hampton, Virginia, with its deep history and historic buildings.
These old trees are all curly branches. So neat.
And it's a beautiful day. Before the history, I must climb the wall. Unlike forts around Middle Georgia, which are earthworks or long decomposed wood structures, Fort Monroe is an honest-to-goodness fort, the largest in North America, and this is only the second I've ever seen. The wall surrounds the grounds and there's a moat. Bonus. In the years it served, this Bastion fort must have been a formidable fortification. Fixtures of some kind still keep their places, and the entrances show the thickness of the perimeter wall. It originally guarded the channel between Chesapeake Bay and Hampton Roads. The site has always been a strategic location, and the current fort is a direct result of the War of 1812. In 1609, the building began. First Fort Algernon, a wooden stockade, and finally the current Fort Monroe, with a few in between. It was completed in 1834. Fort Monroe remained in Union hands throughout the Civil War, and it was only decommissioned as an active Army post in 2011. President Obama named parts of it as a national monument the same year. There is so much history on this site, I can't begin to share it all. Here is an example of heavy artillery. This gun would have annihilated whatever was unfortunate enough to get in range. I guess. I'm no ordnance expert. There are quite a few, I assume, original buildings preserved here, including the church, with its beautiful stained glass. Yeah. And it seems they still hold services. Up on the wall on another side is Jefferson Davis Memorial Park, for he was imprisoned here after the war. Up here are many gun mounts, long disused. Awesome. And a pretty nice view of the lighthouse. Though its roots are in defense, this place is extremely peaceful. Cool. This building has further historic significance concerning the early career of a Confederate general. Time is a strange thing to me. So long ago, but right here in this building, just past the veil of ages. These brick buildings, at least some of them, are known as Quarters 17. These housed officers, later adopted for families. They are impressive buildings. The Casemates, where Jefferson Davis was held following the Civil War. Inside today is a museum offering exhibits on the history of the grounds and Point Comfort. There are endless layers of history presented inside the stronghold that this place is.
Curved like that, so you would catch the. So when the sword came out the dagger, you would catch the sword, and thought the sword was a dagger. With the guy.
It's cavernous and just goes on and on. As far as I could tell, the entirety of these halls are filled with exhibits, and from what I've learned since, there is enough history wrapped up in this place to easily fill it. There are models, examples of weapons, uniforms, and corners dedicated to individual subjects. There are all manner of tidbits down to elements of fort construction.
National Historic Landmark since 1961. The post now encompasses 569 acres of land.
If you need a break, you can sit and watch the obligatory video.
Fort Monroe continues to have a significant impact on the local community, the United States Army, and national security. The mission has changed over the years.
It is thought slavery in Virginia began right in Point Comfort, and interestingly enough, this area played a role in its end. Contrabands were escaped slaves seeking freedom, and the decision was made by Major General Benjamin Butler that they would not be returned to their southern masters, as they would be used to construct fortifications. This might be a good time to pause if you'd like to read The Wayside. Deep within the walls of the casemates is the cell that held Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederacy, following the end of this deadly conflict.
Yes, it is.
And while here, an American flag hung from the wall. That had to sting. And back outside, more relics. The interior of the fort is a village, very much, I'd think, like inside the wall of a medieval castle. And this house has further significance. It's the house Abraham Lincoln stayed in on his visit here. I gotta hand it to Virginia. I hate their speed limits, but I love their preservation of their history. See you down the road.